Freddy Mak figure it all out? Freddy Mak, a moderate liberal, raised Muslim, landscaper, real estate agent, rideshare driver, divorced father of 3 who's still looking for love, is just trying to figure it all out. Can he? Well, he thinks he can, and he's looking for your help. Join him as he talks about everything. Get ready for a different take on all the hot topics today. Not everything is black and white with Freddy Mak. Buckle up. Welcome to We Gotta Talk. Damn it.
All right. Hello and welcome to We Gotta Talk, Damn It, a podcast where common sense and logic rule. I am your host, Freddy Mak, attack. You can call me Freddy Mak. You can call me Freddy. Just don't call me late for dinner because I love my food and I love my chocolate cake and ice cream for dessert. That's why I work out so hard. All right. So what is today's podcast all about? Today we are going to talk about empathy fatigue and me. I got the Rona virus. I'm going to tell you my experience, what I think about the vaccine, what I think about masks, what I think about this whole pandemic at this time. But before we get started, if you want information on We Gotta Talk, Damn It, as far as merchandise, as far as coming on the show, as far as connecting to the YouTube channel or any of 8 of our podcast platforms that we are on, all you have to do is go to www.wegottotalkdammit.com and everything is there that you need. Also, if you subscribe, if you become a supporter of We Gotta Talk, Damn It, that is also on that website. We will get you, depending on which subscription you choose, you'll get either a mug or a t-shirt, or a mug and a t-shirt, depending on what subscription you choose to choose, what program you choose to support. So, can't speak. Okay, so there's several different ways to support the podcast. You could support it for as low as 99 cents. You won't get a free gift though, but anything $4.99 and up, you'll get yourself a free little gift here. And you get dibs on emails when upcoming episodes are coming up, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So now I also want to give a quick shout out to Joe. If you haven't heard his speech on January 6th, I highly recommend it because he went at it. He told that orange vermin off. And the best line of that whole thing was, he's not just a former president. I said former president. He's a defeated former president. I mean, come on. You can't. And it's like, Joe, where have you been? Why have you? And it's the same thing with the Democrats, too. They do the same thing. They need to learn how to dig deep and really start fighting. Okay? Start fighting. And I don't mean be dirty. I don't mean lie. Just tell the truth. So anyway, good job, Joe. Good job, Joe. So anyway, what is going on with COVID? Okay, so I got it. I'm going to do my very best on this podcast, not to go off the beaten trail, because the beaten path, because my cousin David says, Freddie, you go off tangent way too much. And I'm like, okay, so what? I'll reel it back in. What's the big deal? So this podcast is dedicated to him, so I'm going to kind of keep it short and sweet so I don't go off the beaten path. All right, so there goes my 3.5 minute intro. That's it. Let's get to the point, Freddy Mak. All right, so let's see, about 10 days ago, actually. 10 days ago, I got COVID. I have no idea how I got it from. I was told that there's a good 80% plus chance that it's Omicron, because after my vaccination, I got to admit, I went on with my life. I really didn't wear a mask unless it was mandated somewhere. And I went on with my life and never had a symptom of any kind whatsoever. And now that Omicron is here, they say it is extremely contagious. So I'm thinking that's the one that I got. Now, people were asking me, how bad was it? Yada, yada, yada. It wasn't bad at all. I would say I had 2 days with some mild symptoms, and probably around the 5th or 6th day, everything was pretty much gone, maybe except for a little tickle in the throat some coughing, etc. You could still hear my voice is a little hoarse, but everything was mild. I mean, it was scaled down. I mean, I was not down and out whatsoever. I was able to function, clean the house, cook. I even went out and ran some errands for my guys. I was not exposed to any people whatsoever. I was in my car. I would drop something off, go back in my car, and come back home. So it's something that had to be done. But I was not exposing anybody to my contagiousness, if you will. Okay. But I took a couple Advil a couple times in the morning because I felt a little achy. But other than that, it was pretty mild. I mean, it was, yeah. I don't know. From what I heard, most people get really sick. I know a couple people that I helped out during their times of COVID, and they were down and out. I mean, they were toast. A couple of them even got sent to the hospital, and a couple of them have myocarditis right now. But I had no trouble breathing, no headaches, no loss of taste or smell. All the stuff that they say comes with a severe case, I didn't get it. The only thing I got was the biggest thing was fatigue. Okay. Even the achiness didn't bother me that much. I was just felt tired, all the time, and then it wasn't until, like I said, the third day or so, is when I started feeling better. And after the fifth day, it was like, okay, I'm good. Even though I know I'm still contagious. Technically this is my final day of quarantine, and, I'm happy about that. So, but, yeah, I shudder to think what would have happened if I did not have the 3 vaccinations in me. Okay. So on that note, I do believe in the vaccinations. They work. We know they work, and science has proven that they work. And I'm happy that I got the vaccination. Now, I am concerned about this thing that's growing out of my ass. I'm not sure what. I'm sorry. It's the whole microchip and Bill Gates thing that kind of gets me going sometimes. So anyway, but yeah, no, it's all good. I'm happy that I got the vaccination, and I feel good today. I feel really good. My voice is a little hoarse, but I always get hoarse when I cough. Even if it's a mild cough, if I get a cold, I always get hoarse. If I get a sinus infection, I always get hoarse voice. So, but anyway, I mean, science has changed over the last couple years, right? And it hasn't changed for the worse. I don't believe that they backtracked, but people get triggered when they hear the CDC or Dr. Fauci making changes in guidelines. Oh, see, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know. Listen, science changes. Everything is based on what's in front of them right there at that moment in time. Everybody wants to go back when Dr. Fauci said, you don't wear a mask. Well, yeah, there's no evidence to support that you should wear a mask, number one. Number two, the biggest thing, and he emphasized this a million times, the frontline workers didn't have enough supplies. We did not have enough supplies. So why hoard all that stuff? They needed it more than we needed it. That's just a fact. That is just a fact. And even though I have concerns about whether or not the masks work post-vaccination, pre-vaccination, 100%. Of course they work. And we know how much they work, right? So here's the thing. When you tell an anti-vaxxer and an anti-masker that masks work, in their brain, they go, no, it doesn't, because they're thinking 100%. We know now that these masks don't work 100%. They just don't. The science is clear on that. Most like the surgical masks and stuff like that, on a good day is about 30%. It doesn't help very much with aerosol. It definitely helps with droplets. And I tell you what, the first time I heard about droplets was from a friend. Her name is Nirvana. Giving Nirvana a shout out. She said they want everyone wearing a mask at all times because of droplets, right? Because when you sneeze and you cough, you got the droplets. Okay. Now, when you think about it, those droplets are now staying contained within the mask, and now you got an aerosol. But you don't have as much as the virus going out in the air. which comes down to viral load. We know all about viral load now, right? If the viral load is low, your symptoms are going to be low. If the viral load is high, your symptoms are going to be worse. So therefore, you have to conclude that the mask work. And this is where media went wrong. The medical professionals went wrong. It was their delivery. They should say, if you wear a mask, you're going to protect yourself about 30%. Okay? If you wear an N95 mask, you're going to protect yourself an additional 70%. So you get a 90 or 60%. You're going to get 90% out of it. Okay? So yeah, these masks don't work 100%. We kind of knew that, but now we have something to back it up with. We have the scientific data. The gator mask, that stuff, don't even bother with that. I mean, that's just, it's ludicrous. But the surgical mask, yeah. I mean, the aerosol can get through there, but droplets cannot. So you're reducing the viral load, right? It's just common sense. But because Dr. Fauci said, don't wear a mask, then he said, wear a mask, to them and their little pea brains, see, they don't know what they're talking about. Science is not perfect. I mean, come on, man. I mean, if you don't believe in masks, next time you have a procedure done, let the doctor, just sneeze on you and cough on you. I mean, this is common sense. This is just basic common sense. Okay? Let me give you another example that I like to use. The weather. Are you mad at a weatherman when he says, today we're expecting rain about 50%. Let's go with 50%. 50% chance of rain today. And if it doesn't rain, is he a dumbass? Is he wrong? Is he stupid? No, because the data support it that there's a good chance that it's going to rain, a 50% chance that it's going to rain, 50% chance that it's not going to rain. There's a really good chance if you wear a mask, you're not going to get affected by the spray, the droplets. There's a really good chance that you will get affected by the aerosol though. Okay, reduction, right? Chance load, viral load, okay? It's just common sense. Here's another one. So, I have 3 kids. We use boosters, we use car seats, and the car seats back then were good. But I tell you what, they are so much better today than they've ever been. Why? Because engineering, science has improved them to be better. Does that mean that car seat that I used for my children, 30 years ago doesn't work? Of course not. Of course it still works. But the ones today are even better. Another example, shingles. I was told don't get the shingle shot until they have 2. Because although the one and done is a good shot, the 2 and done is a better shot. You see, science improves. It improves itself, okay? But people want to have a gotcha moment. They want to have a gotcha. The minute that there's a slight change in the data, it's all of a sudden, see, they were wrong. They don't know what they're talking about. Science is not perfect. They don't know everything. Ridiculous. And the delivering of how well masks work and how well social distancing works and how well cleaning your hands work, it's been distorted. They needed to be more specific. They needed to come down seriously to some of these people to a first grade level. Now, if you wear a mask, you are going to reduce the viral load, especially if you sneeze or cough. You see, that's why we wear a mask. So you're protecting yourself about, 30%. Okay? If you wear an N95, you got protection of about 90%. Okay? Common sense, folks. Common sense. Now, I do have an issue with the mask post-vaccination, and we'll talk about that in a second. But it's crazy how these people get triggered whenever there's a change. They are obsessed with Dr. Fauci. Obsessed with him. He makes a slight change or makes a suggestion that was different than the suggestion a year ago. He doesn't know what he's talking about. It's his fault that we're in this position right here. He's a crackpot. Oh my God. Some of the stuff on the internet about Dr. Fauci. Oh, it's a shame. It's actually a damn shame. So the dreaded mask. Okay. So here's my concern now with the mask. And again, I'm not anti-mask, but it's not necessarily how I feel. It's just that we got vaccinated so we don't have to wear a mask. And now I feel like I'm here post-vaccination protecting the idiots that don't want to get vaxxed. And I know there's a category of people that can't get vaxxed because they are immune compromised. I understand that. I get that. But we can't go around the rest of our lives worrying about who's immune compromised. And that's not a selfish thing. We don't know. I mean, what do you want to walk around with a sign that says I'm immune compromised? Please wear a mask. It was never that way pre-COVID vaccine or pre-COVID pandemic. So why should it be now? So there's something to be said. If you're immune compromised, then you need to take extra caution in protecting yourself, right? Wear an N95 mask. Stay home until the pandemic is over. Limit the amount of time that you go out. But to expect millions of people to look around the corner and make sure that they're not going to be around someone, how do we even know? I mean, how do we even know? We don't know. Okay, it's impossible to know that. So yeah, I get a little confused with the mask thing and whether or not it's really effective if you are vaccinated. And again, I asked a doctor the other day and he said, we really don't know, but wear a mask just in case. And I actually get that. I understand that. I really do. It goes back to Dr. Fauci, when he said, yeah, go ahead and wear a mask now. We have enough. It doesn't hurt. It may help. It actually may help. Okay, why not? Precautionary measure. Sure, why not? Right? You wear a seatbelt, precautionary, right? Just so in case you get in an accident, it's going to save your life. Okay? So, help me. I'm asking for help here. I'm just asking the question. Am I really increasing or decreasing, I should say, decreasing my odds of getting COVID, if I have the vaccination and I wear a mask? Am I really, because a good mask is 90% effective, right? The vaccination is 90% effective. So why am I wearing a mask? Why am I wearing a mask? Okay. I'm just asking the question, because I'm vaccinated. If the mask protects me more than the vaccination, then maybe they need to work on the vaccination better. I don't know. So I'm not anti-mask. I'm really not. I will wear it in a doctor's office, hospital. I'll wear it in any place of business that requires it. If somebody says, Fred, you're coming into my house, you need to wear a mask. My sister, Thanksgiving, said nobody's allowed in my house unless you've been vaccinated or you have a COVID test. I get it. It's her choice. That's her choice. Now, me, I'm thinking we're all vaccinated. We're fine. And the people that got tested, I mean, okay, great. That person needed to get tested. But the thing is, though, if you're all vaccinated in one room, even if there's one person that didn't get tested, I mean, what's the point of getting vaccinated then if we're going to still worry about getting it? You are going to get it. If this Omicron is, and let this be a lesson for all these breakthrough cases, which in reality is not a whole lot, but let's make note of how contagious, okay, this virus is with all these breakthrough cases. But breakthrough cases happen all the time with almost every single vaccine that's out there. It happens. But again, that narrative out there, see, science is not always right. This vaccine doesn't work. We have a breakthrough case. There were breakthrough cases with the measles, the mumps, and chickenpox. My son had a breakthrough of chickenpox. Extremely mild. Extremely. Had one or two bumps on him. Doc said, yeah, it looks like chickenpox. Probably going to go away in a couple of days. And it did. It did. The vaccine worked. It protected him. Okay? It absolutely protected him. So I'm gonna have to be convinced, or someone's going to have to show me some data. And again, some of you are going to come back and say, well, it's to protect the other people. Well, it's not my job to protect those ignorant people that don't want to get vaxxed. I'm sorry. It's just not. This has become too political, and I want to move on with my life. Now, to protect those people that are immune compromised, once again, I can't go the rest of my life. Human beings can't go the rest of their life turning every corner. Look at the peanut allergy that we have. Look at the nut allergy that we have in this country. I mean, it's in the millions, okay? I mean, they're immune compromised, right? They could touch something, put it on their face, and you can't even see the peanut. It's the residue that can trigger them to have this allergic reaction where they could die, right? You go into a grocery store every day, almost every package says on there, made near or around peanuts. What are we supposed to go around now and scrub everything down and wash our hands constantly because of these people that we don't know that have peanut allergies? They may not even know they have it. Okay? So, I hope I'm coming off clear here. It's not that I'm an anti-masker. I just don't understand why we continue to have to wear a mask to protect those who don't want to get vaccinated. I just don't get it. Okay? The cure is out there. We can hit herd immunity. We can stop this from mutating if people get vaccinated. The issue is not the mask. The issue is the people that don't want to get vaccinated. That's the issue. Period. End of story. That's just what it is. So, and I know the vaxxers, the anti-vaxxers out there, oh, it doesn't work. This is gene therapy and we should just do herd immunity. Let my immune system take over. Do you realize how dumb that sounds? If you went with herd immunity, okay? If you actually went with herd immunity, half the population would probably be dead. This is a wicked virus. It's a wicked, wicked virus. And how I felt during that virus felt like nothing I've ever had before. Didn't feel like the flu. It kind of felt like a cold in the beginning, and then it didn't. It was weird. Although they were mild, it was weird. Okay, I can't imagine if I didn't have the vaccine how I would have felt. It was a weird-ass feeling. Okay, so although herd immunity works, no question about it. And some people will say if vaccinations were never made, then our body would, we wouldn't be going through what we're going through right now. I beg to differ. If you look at the history of humans, the average life expectancy, let's go back to biblical times, was 30, 40 years old, right? Now look, my mother's 84, my father's 91. Why? Because of modern medicine, because of vaccinations. If you don't want to believe in science, don't believe in science. I don't know what to tell you. Don't go to a doctor ever again. Let your body take care of it like you think. What's his name? Hartman. What the heck's his first name? He was on a progressive radio station a while ago. I used to listen to him all the time, and he had a listener on, and he said, "Well, I heard what you said, and I'm just going to let my body, my natural immune system, take over." And by the way, the vaccination, that's what it does. It activates your already natural immune system. It just gives it more power, and enables. When that vaccination or when that virus comes into your body, it says, "Oh, I know that virus. I'm going to attack it." That's all the vaccine does. Whatever was in that vaccine when they gave it to you is out of your system already. After 2 weeks, it's gone. Now it helps boost your natural immunity, period. Okay? So this Hartman guy goes, "So would you have unprotected sex with somebody who has syphilis, gonorrhea?" And the guy goes, "That's not the point." He goes, "No, that's the exact point. You said your immune system is so strong that it would take care of that. So I ask you again, would you have unprotected sex with somebody who had syphilis or gonorrhea or any other STD? Would you?" He goes, "That's not the point." "Well, it's the exact point." And he said, "I'm not going to have this conversation anymore." And he got rid of the caller. So true. It's just so true. I mean, seriously. So yeah, it's your immune system is not that strong. It's not as strong as people want to make it out to be. It's really not. Otherwise, we'd be dead. Life expectancy would be 30, 40 years old without the advancement of science, medicine, all that good stuff. We would be dead. So, and then you hear the other argument. Well, how many boosters are you going to get? How many boosters are you going to get? I'm going to have a link on my description here. By the time your children were 15 months old, they had a dozen vaccinations in them. Polio, you needed 4 shots, 4 boosters, first one and then 3 boosters, right? Hepatitis A and B, 3, right? I mean, they work. They work. All these diseases have been eradicated. Are there breakthrough cases? Sure. I don't think smallpox or polio. I don't think you hear of those cases anymore. If you do, I don't know. I haven't heard it. So yeah. I say it's time for us to move on. And if you're immune compromised and you can't get the vaccination, then protect yourself. I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to protect yourself. And if somebody is around you, you invited somebody to come to your house, or you know somebody's coming around you and you're going to be with your immune compromised child, or you yourself are immune compromised, you absolutely have a right to ask that person to please wear a mask. And I'll be the first one to put one on. No question about it. No question about it. Okay? So, I mean, it just seems like right now everybody has to be right, you know, and it's not a matter of science to a lot of people. It's not a matter of getting the facts. It's just it's an ideology. They have to be right about this, and it's just ridiculous. I want to touch on one or two other quick things, and that is these mandates. I don't believe that the federal government should mandate any of these shots. I really don't. I think that private businesses, I think that the school districts should make up their mind, should mandate or not mandate, whatever they decide to do. Me personally, yes, I think all the children should be vaccinated. I think they should wear masks. And this idea that they're sex slaves and it's a pedophile ring. These people are sick. They're just sick in the freaking head. Okay, freedom. So yeah, I think it's up to the businesses. You know, if a business says, look at New York City, you have to show a vaccination card. Okay, I mean, these businesses are saying show a vaccination card, or you're not allowed to enter this. You're not allowed to enter. You're just not allowed. Now, I actually think that the state actually mandated that, which I'm not crazy about. I'm really not. I think that the individual businesses have a right to say, you are not allowed to come in my place of business without being vaccinated. And they have good reason for that, because they don't want to infect their people there, right? It's a vaccine. Everybody there, the workers are vaccinated. The people that are eating there showed their card. It's a great place to enjoy without having to worry about getting COVID, without worrying about spreading it or anything like that, because everybody's been vaccinated, right? It has nothing to do with masks. It's about being vaccinated and eradicating this by getting masks are not going to eradicate this, but vaccines absolutely will. Okay. So, I mean, even the health department here in Michigan said that we needed mandates, and the governor said, and we have a vaccination. That's the solution. Get the vaccination. But if school districts want to say, yes, the children have to be vaccinated, they have to wear a mask. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's cool. And they're not going to be brain damaged for wearing a mask. You people who talk that way are so stupid. You don't even know. You don't even know how stupid you are. I mean, let me tell you what damages kids. The fact that they got to go to school worrying about whether or not they're going to get shot up. That's what damages kids. Okay? Not a mask. Give me a break. I can see it now. 20 years later, hey, Doc, I had to sit in school with a mask on my face. I felt like I was in a pedophile ring. Yeah, no, not going to happen. But I can see them growing up with post-traumatic syndrome from gun threats and people threatening to blow up the schools. Yeah, that I can see. So, yeah, I don't think mandates are going to help. I think they're just going to piss people off even more. I really do. And I believe that the state of New York actually did mandate it for all businesses. I'm not on board with that. I mean, maybe it's going to work. I don't know. I just think that it's up to the businesses to do it. And it's not a matter of the freedom word or anything like that. It's just, if you want to piss people off even more, right? They're already pissed off enough at the federal government. You want to piss them off even more, then do what you're doing. Stick your nose in people's businesses even more, okay? And that's going to piss them off even more, Okay. So I'm going to leave on this one thing here. Okay. Well, actually, one other quick thing regarding New York City. I had jotted here in my notes last second. There were some folks there that were so bent out of shape, right? They were standing in front of the Burger King or restaurant. I have reservations. These people have a warped sense of what freedom is. They really do. You don't have a right to walk in any store, any business, grocery, dollar store, restaurant, house, whatever it may be. If that owner of that particular establishment, whether it's a business or your home, says you are not allowed in my place of business without a mask or without a vaccine, they 100% have a right to do that. Your citizenship of being an American does not trump what they want in their place of business or what somebody may want in their home. I told you what my sister did, right? She has that right. Now, if I decided that I didn't want to get tested or I wasn't vaccinated, she has a right to say, Freddie, I don't want you coming. I don't want you coming. Yes, I'm vaccinated, but I still don't want to get it. Okay, she has that right. She has that right. I mean, if I get it again, I get it again. I know I'm not going to die. I know I'm not going to have any long-term effects from this. Again, no trouble breathing, nothing. Symptoms were mild. That's why I got the vaccination. But these people somehow think that because they're American and they're free, they get to walk into any place. You see it all the time with Karens, right? They try to walk into a place of business with with no mask on, and they get taught, I can come in here if I want to. I'm an American. I can come. Yeah, okay, you're right. You're an American, but that business is owned by somebody, and that somebody says no shoes, no shirt, no mask, no service. Simple. Get over it. Another example, I'm allowed to carry, right? I have my CPL. So in the state of Michigan, I think this is probably uniform throughout all the states. If you see a sign that says no weapons allowed, no matter what type of store it is, it could be a restaurant, it could be a pet store, it could be an urgent care, it could be whatever it can be, right? It could be a lawnmower shop. If it says on there, no firearms allowed, I don't have a right to say, I'm an American, I got my license to carry, I can do whatever I want. No, I don't. The law says that particular company mandated that they do not want firearms in their place of business. Therefore, I have to take it off, lock it in my glove box, and lock the doors. Simple. All right. This is the one last thing. This is really troubling to me, okay? When people make the leap that this is just like the Holocaust, you are sick bastards, okay? Because I don't see anybody lined up, starving for food, thirsty, dehydrated, wondering where their family is, scared to death, waiting to be put in a gas chamber, bulldozed into a pit, right? I mean, World War II was horrible. Some estimated 200 million people got killed. 600 million people got put in a gas chamber. And you want to correlate that with a mask? You are a sick bastard. Sick. It's so simple. This whole podcast comes down to this. The problem is not the mask. The problem are the unvaccinated people out there. That's the problem. All right, folks. That's all I got to say about this. Let me know what you think. Help me out. Help me out, especially with the mask thing. And again, don't come back to me and say, oh, you're a Trumper. But I'm not anti-mask. If somebody requires a mask, I'll wear a mask. But right now I'm vaccinated and I go out without a mask unless it's required somewhere. Okay? Because I'm not convinced that it adds extra protection, especially if the vaccination is at 90%. That just doesn't make any sense to me. So help me out with those. Help me out with those stats or studies if anybody has them out there. So, all right, folks. Once again, for all information on We Gotta Talk Dammit, simply go to www.wegottotalkdammit.com and you will find everything that you need. That's it. It's that simple. You can email me directly if you want to be a guest. Freddy at wgottotalkdammit.com. Thanks for listening, and remember, we gotta talk, damn it. Peace out.
Hope you enjoyed this episode. Head to our website and suggest topics you'd like to see covered on a future episode, as well as joining Freddy Mak as a guest to talk about previous episodes or to promote a cause, product, charity, or your unique business. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time, because we gotta talk, damn it.